In Canada, an abnormal snowfall for this time fell on May 9. Moreover, the snowfall for the western province of Alberta, the largest city, turned out to be sudden. The elements hit Canada at night, including in Calgary. Snowflakes fell from the sky. Everything looks very beautiful, but forecasters and emergency workers are not happy about this beauty at all. Because of the snowfall, the roads are not the most favorable conditions. The Canadians themselves even joke, "A great reminder that in Alberta in May you need to use winter tires." Studded tires would not hurt Canadians. After all, up to 20 centimeters of snow fell in some areas during the day. Due to the increase in temperature during the day and instability in the atmosphere, the snow began to melt abundantly. Meteorologists have warned that thunderstorms will replace the snowfall. Cyclone Asani hits India on May 10, 2022. 110 km/h winds were recorded as the tropical cyclone approached India's east coast. Heavy rain caused flooding in a number of areas in Andhra Pradesh, including the city of Chennai. Power cuts have been reported as electricity cables are affected by the high winds. Red alerts are in place for a number of regions, including Krishna and Guntur. Around 200 emergency shelters have been set up to help residents affected by the storm. Cyclone Asani formed in the Bay of Bengal, and is set to be followed by Cyclone Karim, which has formed in the Indian Ocean. Authorities are assessing the damage caused, with the continuing impact expected to be felt over the coming days. A landslide caused part of a mountain to collapse on Sunday afternoon in southwestern China. Residents fled in fear as the mountain came crumbling down and dust filled the air, video footage from the scene showed. In the village of Beji, which is roughly 650 miles northwest of Hong Kong, the panic in residents' voices can be heard in a terrifying video. "Run quickly. Run. Hide, hide, hide," one man can be heard frantically yelling in the video provided by the local media. After the landslide, sporadic falling rocks made the mountain too unstable for search and rescue work to be carried out immediately. It wasn't until Monday morning that an on-site expert team deemed the mountain stable enough to carry out investigations and search and rescue. Details concerning the disaster were minimal on Monday, but at least one person was found dead during the initial search on Monday morning, and 2 people remained missing, according to information released by the Chinese government. New Mexico wildfire still raging, more residents may need to flee. Strong winds continue to fan flames of southwestern U.S. blazes, prompting evacuation orders and destroying many homes. Firefighters in New Mexico's Rocky Mountain foothills are prepared to excavate new fire breaks and clear brush to create more defensive lines aimed at preventing a massive wildfire from destroying more homes and tinder-dry pine forests. The fire, the largest in the United States right now, has burned nearly 300 structures including homes, commercial buildings and barns. The tally on Monday is likely to be higher since authorities have been unable to access some areas to survey the damage. Northwest Wisconsin hit with heavy hail. Parts of Wisconsin saw hail as tornado-warned storms swept the upper Midwest on Monday, May 9. On Monday, warned east-central Minnesota and northwest Wisconsin of incoming thunderstorms carrying hail up to 1.5 inches, 60 miles per hour winds, and tornado potential. For several days now, heavy rains have been pounding southern Thailand. Heavy rainfall has led to widespread flooding and widespread destruction. At least one person was killed and homes, roads and bridges were damaged by flash floods in southern Thailand after days of heavy rains. Thailand's Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation reported that heavy rain and flooding affected more than 350 households in Chumphon, Suratthani, Nakhon Sithammarat, Chiang Mai and Nakhon Phanom districts. Roads, bridges and houses were damaged or destroyed in Da Chang, Chaya and Vipawati districts in Surat Thani province. One person is reported missing after being washed away by floodwaters in Da Chang. The effects of heavy rainfall will affect Thailand for several months to come, as the country enters its rainy season in mid-May and lasts until October. Flooding caused by a glacial lake outburst from the Shishapur Glacier in Pakistan washed away the Hassanabad Bridge in Hunza on the Karakoram Highway connecting Pakistan and China. The glacier began to melt due to the heat and caused flooding that damaged the bridge and made it unusable for traffic. Tourists and residents were given alternative routes through Ganesh and Murtabad. In addition to rehabilitation and rations for the affected families, provisions and fuel for the tourists were also provided, according to the Secretary General's office. The agency added that 2 power plants in Hassanabad were also washed away by the flood. The sky over a city in China turned bloody. Residents of the port city of Zhoushan were shocked by the bloody hue of the sky. The crimson sky caused panic among the citizens, who documented the phenomenon and shared it on social networks. Many were seriously frightened by the large-scale fire. The nature of the phenomenon also prompted Twitter users to put forward their own theories. Some even called it an apocalyptic sign. However, amateur theories were refuted, and authorities explained, it's all about the refraction and scattering of light from objects in the port. The city's weather office said it was more likely that the sky had taken on such a frightening hue because of the optical effect caused by the ship's lights. In certain weather, aerosols of water particles form in the atmospheric layers, refracting and scattering the glow of fishing boats. The local fishing company also soon confirmed that the source of the light was one of the company's boats. Scientists are predicting several magnetic storms in May, but some of them will pass almost unnoticed. But there will be one that will definitely cause at least a headache for everyone on Earth, and at most heart and blood pressure problems for those who are vulnerable and sensitive to geomagnetic fluctuations. The storm that will hit the Earth is very dangerous. It is classified as a red level of danger. Experts say that it will be a prolonged phenomenon with a very pronounced peak. This magnetic storm will last 4 days and will peak on the last day. Note that it began at night on May 10th and will last until May 11th inclusive. May 10 to 11 will be its peak. On a special scale, the power of this storm is 4 points, which is a very high value. People will experience symptoms such as irritability, insomnia, loss of appetite or, conversely, uncontrollable hunger. There may also be tachycardia, high blood pressure, heart pain, and general weakness. Risks of new wildfires possible in the southwestern USA. Fire weather warnings were issued over the weekend for the southwestern USA and the southern high plains. These warnings carry the risk of either new wildfires forming or existing fires continuing this week. Abnormal heat and dry conditions are the primary fuel for these fire weather conditions. On Tuesday, May 10th, the latest fire weather warning was issued for regions of concern. According to the warnings, fire levels will be divided into 2, extremely critical and critical. First, extremely critical fire weather conditions have been declared for central and eastern New Mexico, southeastern Colorado, western Oklahoma and Texas. In New Mexico, the largest active wildfire in the nation, the Calf Canyon Fire, continues to wreak havoc across the state, causing the ongoing evacuation of approximately 12,000 households. Given the current fire weather conditions, the New Mexico wildfire is likely to intensify. Second, critical fire weather conditions have been declared for much of the southern part of the High Plains, where serious concern is expected over the spread of wildfires throughout the region. This is due to an intensifying surface cyclone and dry surface conditions.